Darling, when the ice comes back, when the devil's in the bar, pull back, don't cower in your bed.
People have been asking us, especially at the shows when we play, and people are always sort of questioning when it's going to come, and all the people online have been waiting for a while and stuff. But we're not going to bow to the pressure. I don't think. We're trying to hold out.
Right.
We want it to be perfect, so we're taking our time on it. We think it's going to be ready. I think
probably February, January, February, early next year. It should be out.
And what we want to do to try and keep people interested, we're going to try and release a couple singles before then, maybe. It's difficult to sort of label your own sound, but we want to sort of capture the folk element, the sort of Fleet Foxes harmonies that we put into our stuff, and then obviously capture the rockier sound that we go for with the live set.
I think the record really has a broad spectrum of all aspects of our sound. It certainly has some stripped down kind of folkier stuff, a couple of songs, and then there's some like really kind of heavier moments with, you know, massive amounts of strings and brass and heavy guitars and stuff. So it really is a mixture of stuff, and we're hoping it will really just show people kind of all aspects of the band and all our influences and so on.
I read a great thing today that said it was like Fleet Foxes had a party with Godspeed You Black Emperor, which I thought was pretty damn cool. If we can live up to that, I'd be pretty chuffed, because those are two brilliant bands. It's tough, really.
Too many to count, aren't there?
We're really diverse, even amongst the five of us in the band. You'll find that you'll get 5 different answers to that question. I mean, I'm really into, like, at the moment I'm listening to a lot of Tool and sort of heavy, like, progressive rock music and stuff like that. And then, like, our guitarist Matt's really into country music and old sort of folk music and stuff. And I don't know.
I listen to a lot of, like, old kind of, well, sort of 90s post-punk records. At the Drive-In and Refused, and currently like the Bronx and stuff, Glassjaw, and then our violinist is quite into classical music and a lot of electronica as well, you know, and our drummer is into like
Dream Theater and
Kiss and a lot of kind of metal bands, Maiden, and
so it's pretty diverse, really. So. Definitely, yeah. Peter Cates is. We chose him because we'd loved some of the albums that he'd worked on, and we didn't really I didn't realise before we went out there how good he actually was. It's when you actually sit down and see him at work. It's mind blowing. Basically, he's tweaking things and sort of making these little changes, subtle changes that I almost don't notice. But then when you hear the finished track back, it's mind blowing how. He's such a pro, basically.
He's not really invasive in terms of like coming in and really butchering the songs and being like, this bit has to go and this doesn't make sense. He's very kind of like, you know, he kind of says, I trust you guys in that you've written the songs and they're good. And, you know, he views his job as being like just what textures we're going to have on the record, how can we make the record diverse, what instruments can we use to kind of make the track flow better and you know, make the dynamics work and everything. So he really has an attention to detail in that respect, and just a really amazing knowledge of like the kind of tech behind it as well, and like really, you know, he kind of is listening for particular frequencies and
it's almost like he's on a different planet sometimes. Yeah. when he goes off on his little tangents. Yeah, it is a bit, yeah.
Bit of both. There's some of this, we redid the drum sounds on every song rather than tracking the whole drums for the record, then the whole guitars. We did it song by song, and we'd start from scratch and go, okay, what drum sound do we want? This has to be a kind of a modern kind of rockier sound, or this wants to be really vintage and live sounding. So we really took it a song at a time, and the drum sounds are completely different across the record. The guitar
Yeah, you should get
sounds
quite a
different.
diverse, from song to song, there should be a diversity in how the songs sound, because we wanted to make it not just sort of be all the songs the same on the record. We wanted it to be quite like a...
There's no click, some of the songs don't have a click track, we're live tracked with all of us in the room together. Some will fully kind of lay down the drums and the bass, then do the guitars, you know, so we used a whole bunch of different techniques depending on what the song required.
No, it's gotta stop, love, but I don't know how.
Kind of a whole separate endeavour to me. Like I often, if I've kind of crafted, I normally write the songs just as acoustic songs to begin with, and then we kind of slowly, and then I write the lyrics, and then we kind of slowly develop them as a band. But sometimes we've got to the point where the entire song's written, the whole band is learnt their parts and it's ready to go, but I just haven't finished writing lyrics yet, and I really have to go away and shut myself in a room somewhere and just really make sure the lyrics say what I want them to say, and kind of convey the kind of whatever I'm trying to get across.
Pete's a real perfectionist when it comes to the lyrics. He seems to be able to just like churn out a song, and we're already learning it, and then it'll take, he'll go away for weeks and be, no, I'm still not happy with how I'm wording this particular line here, and so. But yeah, it seems like they come out all right at the
Even
end.
on the record, there are some songs that are 2 or 3 years old that we're recording now that I'm rewriting the lyrics in the studio every day, and you know, trying to make it just right.
No, but we have our, where I see it may not be the same as where I hope it is. It's a tough one, really.
We try not to think, you know, too hard about. It's difficult if you place like a huge amount of pressure on the future and your future career, and you think too much about it. Then there's always the risk that you're going to really sort of disappoint yourself, or you won't really appreciate the stuff that you're going through at the moment, because you're just always trying to think about where you're going and what the next goal is. So we're really just trying to enjoy ourselves and hopefully just have a really good year, and we'll see.
Yeah, just go day by day and just enjoy every show and every festival. I mean, we love doing this, so even if we can just be doing the same thing as we are now in a year's time, I'd be happy with that. But if it goes any better than that and we're playing on maybe a bigger stage, then yeah, that'll be even better. So fingers crossed. Hey, we're Dry the River, and
Please watch T-Mobile Music.